Howdy pards, Mr. Holster back with another top 5. Today we're going to look at the movie guns of Dean Martin. Yeah, Dean Martin, one of my favorites. Actually, Jack's just crazy about Dean Martin. He just thinks Dean Martin was the best. Number 5 pick, Bandolero from 1968, a Western starring Dean Martin and Jimmy Stewart. And I think this could have been a fantastic movie, but the ending is kind of really depressing. Yeah, they don't win in the end, and you want them to win in the end. So you kind of leave the theater not so excited. I remember going to see it in a theater, by the way. That kind of dates me. And in this movie, almost everyone uses a Remington 1858 Army factory conversion. Only it isn't a factory conversion. In fact, if you look at the picture, this is actually a Colt single-action Army made to look like a Remington 1858 New Army. Yeah. I thought that was kind of interesting. Number 4. And this is another one of these movies. He actually made several of these movies. It was kind of a franchise for him. And I have this kind of guilty pleasure of, I really like these movies. I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. The Matt Helm series. And this one, Matt Helm rides again in The Ambushers, a 1967 film. And in it, he has a Colt Model 1908 vest pocket 25 ACP at one point. Yeah. And another thing, I just want to, as a sidebar here, not really picking this gun, but I want to point it out to you and talk about it real quick. This gun was carried by the bad guys, and at one point Dean Martin disarms them, and he's got a pile of these in his arms that he's carting off, and it is the T-62 Civilian Defense 22 long rifle. Yeah, that's what the army of bad guys is carrying, and that was basically kind of a fake Tommy gun style Armalite AR-7. I thought that was kind of interesting. I'd throw that out and just mention it. Number 3, my number 3 pick is The Young Lions from 1958, a war movie. And in it, he plays a soldier and uses an M1 Garand. How can you not tip your hat to that rifle? What a fantastic rifle. Number 2, Rio Bravo, one of the greatest westerns of all times, 1959, starring Dean Martin and John Wayne. And in this, he's predominantly using a Colt single-action Army with a 4.5-inch barrel, but there is a scene where they chase the bad guy into the saloon, and he takes with him a Colt 1878 double-barreled shotgun. Now, the Colt 1878 double-barreled shotgun. Number 1, here it is, my number 1 pick, and this one is again back to the Matt Helm series, and he used this gun actually in 2 Matt Helm movies. Number 1, The Silencers from 1966, and number 2, The Wrecking Crew, 1968 film, and the gun is a Madsen M50 submachine gun. Well, there you go, guys. There's my top 5 picks, and I'm going to throw in one wild card, which really isn't very wild, but I'm throwing it in because the movie's called 5-Card Stud, and in it, he's very, very talented using this firearm, the Colt Single Action Army. Well, there you go, guys. There's Dean Martin for you in my top 5. Thanks for tuning in. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Till next time, from Mr. Holster and Jack, go out and stay safe. Oh, well, that's not too bad. That's only 4 minutes and 30 seconds of your life you'll never, ever, ever get back again.